You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. How are you? Happy Monday. Come on in. I hope you had a good weekend. The first real holiday weekend of the season. Everybody out doing their parties, their parades, all the activities. I went to 4 this weekend. And yes, even though I live in Florida, we celebrate the holidays like crazy. And I know you say, but Scott, I like the 4 seasons. Trust me, when you leave the 4 seasons, you enjoy them more, especially the winter one. It's awesome. So this weekend, I had a lot of conversations. That's why my voice is a bit raspy. People inevitably will ask what I do, and I essentially will say I kind of help people do the thing they said they wanted to do when they finally grew up, if they knew what that was, and they haven't been able to do it yet. They're like, huh? I said, let me explain. So we'll talk about that today. Basically, it's all about passion. And the secret to finding your passion, that's a nonstop, never-ending, constant thing that I do, is living in my passion zone, if you will. And all that means really is I want to get out of bed and do the things I love to do and have a great time doing it, wear myself out doing it, not always happily. It's like, man, that was hard, even though I love to do it. Go to bed, have great dreams. Like last night, 5 hours of REM sleep last night. That was awesome. Lots of dreaming. And get up and do it again. That's it. Sounds like a simple mission, simple goal, but it's so difficult to take the complexities of life and all the stuff that gets in your way. And listen, just stop for a second and just go with me on this one. Stuff does get in your way, right? Even if it's good stuff. That's why I'm always saying life gets in the way. It doesn't matter if it's bad or good. Whenever you move and put into action mode, something's going to stand in front of you and say, what do you want to do? No, you can't go here. No, come on here. It's crazy what happens. So that's what this show is all about, and we're going to have a good time today, I guess. My name is Scott Smith. I'm the founder and the chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. You should go there if you want my Scott Logic email. It's very popular. People like it. Write it every day. It's short. It's quick. It's inspirational. You're going to love it. Just motivationtomove.com. And if you'd like to see a picture of me with my big old Santa Claus beard, well, it's not that big yet. It's maybe some more milk and cookies or milk and eggnog, because it's the only time of the year you can actually take eggnog and put alcohol in it. I don't do that very often, but that's kind of weird, right? If you'd like to see that picture and you're on Instagram, get Scott Logic on Instagram. Go check it out. Monday is the day I ask the most important question of the week, because here's the thing. Come close to me, okay? If you were to consider coaching with me someday, Not saying you have to. I'm not asking you to. I'm just saying if you were and we were to get on a call, I have no preconception of what we're going to talk about. I don't have any real mission. There's nothing I want to do. I want to know what you want to do. And one things I'm going to do is ask you, how often do you spend time thinking about how your life is going? And I will tell you, it's plus a 90%. People say, oh, no, so I'm talking to you. I don't spend much time. I had to book a call with you, so I'd spend time with it. So today you get to save yourself a lot of money and you get yourself to move forward. I want you to not Google, not listen to a podcast, not read, not journal, not do anything. I want you at the end of this show, sit back, kick your head back and say, how's my life going? If it's challenging but good, how do I keep it going? If it's challenging but bad, how do I change it? If it's in the middle, how do I choose a direction? I don't care which one you choose. How do I do it? 30, 40 seconds, 60 seconds. At the end of this program, if you'll do that and just that, you'll change your life. Because something will pop into your head that will cause you to shift directions. You'll notice things differently later on today and tomorrow and the next day. You do it every single day, you'll change every single day. It's that simple. Do your homework. Let's talk about that, getting what you want when you grow up. And what do you want to be when you grow up? You're all kids at heart, right? That should never go away. It shouldn't. I think you should be a kid at heart your whole life, and doesn't mean it's going to be easy. You're going to have some grown-up moments. That adulting thing can be difficult sometimes, but eventually, it's just the way it is. You're not going to go back to being a child. That's for darn sure. I loved being I was a kid, but I wouldn't go back to it because I also loved not being a kid. I loved being an adult too. But what are you going to be when you grow up? The first time you asked that question, you may have said it to yourself, I wonder what I'm going to be when I grow up. When I was in the 70s, that show Emergency was on TV. I grew up in the late 70s. And it was Emergency. I forgot the two guys that were on that show. And I wanted nothing more than be a paramedic. That changed after that, became a disc jockey dude, and eventually started doing this kind of work after about 35 years. Maybe somebody asked you, what are you going to be when you grow up? Maybe it was a teacher. Maybe somebody at church. What are you going to be when you grow up? Have you thought about it? Maybe somebody planted. You know what you'd be? You'd be good at this. You'd be good if you did this when you grew up. Maybe that got planted inside you. You just kept on doing it. Maybe it's been living there for 20, 30 years, and you're like, well, gosh, how'd that get in my head to begin with? And now what am I going to do? What are you going to be when you grow up? Do you know? And then it happens. Years pass, decades. Family, career. Lucky people don't wait till they retire or get sick. They start changing now. It's scary when you do that, but this is a great time of year to do it because it's a very contemplative time of the year, and then we get into goal-setting season here in a couple of weeks. It's a great time of year to start thinking about it. So if you're looking to change a bit in your life, to transform, if you will, here are a few things to understand. But before I go, a little side note, and so my Scott Logic email today about the word transformation. I was on a call with a friend of mine who's a coach, and I said, what kind of coaching do you do these days? You change your title? She goes, I'm a transformational coach. I used to use that title as well, is what I told her. And she goes, why don't you use it today? And I said, because I got tired of transformation. Didn't make any sense to me. What made sense to me is decide, do. I didn't want the middle. Do you want the middle? So when I talk about change and transformation, I'm not talking about let's work on this for a while. Yes, sometimes it takes time to get there. There's no doubt about that. Well, we have to kind of go through the process. We have to learn. We have to churn to get there. But the bottom line is the faster you can decide just to decide to do it and then do it and skip the middle, the better off you're going to be. That's something to think about today, isn't it? That'll move your butt if you really think about it. So, what do you want to be when you grow up? You can't move forward by hanging on to what you have, can you? Remember, you get more of what you focus on in your life. If you focus on what you want to give up, you get more of focusing on what you want to give up. Instead, you need to focus on your unknown future and look for clues about how to get that. Now, I call this exploring the possibilities. You've heard me say that before. It's a very powerful tool to finding the secret to getting your passion in life. If you could do anything, if it was possible, with no limitations and no consequences, if there was no commitment required, if money didn't matter, if time had no impact, none of that matters because once you stumble upon what you want, you will have arrived and everything will be different forever. That's just the way it works. We now know through science and all kinds of study that your passion comes virtually every time by stumbling upon it. Something gets your attention, you go, well, that's interesting, you start doing it, eventually you become passionate about it, you get motivated to do more of it, it becomes your purpose, eventually it becomes your meaning, and in the end, your legacy. So how do we get to that point? Some of you are going to rewind that part right there, aren't you? It's pretty powerful what just came out of my mouth. Happens sometimes. The secret is to put the brakes on what you're doing right now. Just a little bit, just pump the brakes a bit. And open your eyes to some new adventures. Little itty-bitty things, not the big stuff you're thinking about doing, just the stuff that pops in front of you. Just pay attention to what other people are doing. What crosses your path, what gets your attention. That's the key here, what gets your attention. Once it gets your attention, you're going to find it's going to move you a little bit maybe out of your comfort zone. Don't worry, it'll move you back in eventually. We'll talk about that tomorrow, but pump the brakes a bit. Hold some space. Explore the possibilities and look for things that, again, key words here, get your attention. The good stuff you really want to do, not the stuff you need to do, must do, have to do. Once you find something that gets your attention, let it unfold in front of you and follow it until you figure it out. That's how you cultivate your passion. And by the way, you're doing it every single day anyway, right now. And coming up tomorrow, success from your natural habitat. That's going to be kind of fun. We're going to put you in a place where you want to be, you're most comfortable to be, and that's it. The next day, how to slow down to speed up. That's how you get what you want. You got to slow down. You got to take a breath. And a few other things as the week goes on. Remember, I'm on Instagram, starting to build up a little bit over there. Kind of getting going that a little bit right now. Get Scott Logic at Instagram. Where else? Motivationtomove.com for my Scott Logic email. And of course, if you would like to join us at our Facebook group, it's always fun. They're a very positive group of people on Facebook. DailyBoostPodcast.com/Facebook. That's how you'll find it.